Prepare for Nerdgasm. Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules. Today we're going to be working on cars. So if you're one of those people that likes to hate on my videos that deviate from computer technology in any way, you might want to hit that stop button and move along. So today we're going to install that blow-off valve. I talked about it in an unboxing that I did of stuff I forgot I ordered, and I figure the weather's not going to get any better. It's pretty just crap outside, pouring down rain and such, but I don't care. We're going to do it anyway. So the thing I'm going to install is a bypass valve. It's a hybrid blow-off valve that like vents some of the atmosphere, but then recirculates the rest so the engine runs properly. If you know anything about turbos, that'll make sense. If not, it's basically just going to make the car produce that whoosh noise when you shift by venting some of that pressure from the turbo to atmosphere. As far as performance, I mean, it can hold more pressure than the stock bypass valve, but I'm not actually cranking the turbo up any further than stage 2 right now, so that's not really a plus. So realistically, I'm just doing this for the sound. So, you know, I'm not going to kid myself. I'm just, you know, I'm a kid. I used to put, you know, playing cards in the spoke on my bike. I'm going to put a freaking blow-off valve on my car. So, and I used to have a super sequential blow-off valve, but it would make flames blow out of the back and it would backfire and make all kinds of crazy noise because it vented everything in the atmosphere. So hopefully that'll solve that. So I'm going to go get the car in the driveway. All right, so here's the gizmo we're unboxing right here. It's a Go Fast Bit TMS turbo management system. Let's see, what is it? T9003. So we'll do a little unboxing here on my porch. Good old one-handed unboxings. All right, so here's the bypass valve. Packed in dense foam. Ooh, that's a beastly heavy object. You can see up here on top, it's got a screw that you turn to adjust how much you want to vent to atmosphere and how much you want to keep on hand. Then it's got the little vacuum line for pulling the valve open, and then of course the stock horn for the sound when the pressure's coming out. Looks like it came with a couple of bolts here. These are no doubt to hold it to the intercooler, and a tool. So that's about it. Alright, I'm just letting the car warm up a little bit before we start working on it, because I wanted to get a little sound bite of how the stock bypass valve sounds so we can kind of get an idea of what the difference is. Alright, so now we got the car warmed up, so I'm going to go ahead and just build a little bit of boost. Nothing like on the street, but just so you can hear that there's like very little whoosh at all. Hear that? That's all I get right now. So let's go ahead and install the Go Fast bits and see how it improves things. A lot of you guys have been asking me for a look at my car, so here, well, at least you'll get to see the engine bay today. You can see in here, I've got the Perrin stabilizer back here for the brake master cylinder. I got the Cobb SF intake box, still using the stock inlet on the front. Turbo heat shield. Stuff you can't see underneath is double wrapped header. You can kind of see down there, Racing Tomei header. Lots of little bits you can't see, but on the top this is fairly stock. But this is the guy we're going to replace right here. This is the factory bypass valve, and that's where this guy's going. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart. I believe you need I think it's a 12 mil. Let me see. Yep, pretty much take this whole car apart with a 12 mil and a 10 mil. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this first. Okay, so you can see this is the factory bypass valve. I went ahead and removed it. You need a pair of pliers to take off the main return line into the intake system. And even though I shouldn't, I'm going to use the stock gasket here because they didn't send another gasket with it. So I will replace the gasket when I get a chance to get to the Subaru dealership. But for now, worst case scenario, I'll develop a minor boost leak. But the gasket looks good. I think it'll still compress well. Alright, so now I got to go over and I got to transfer this part onto the new valve. Okay, so for this guy, you just have to remove 2 screws, which I've already done. Right here, we're going to move this piece over to attach onto the flange here. One thing to note, Subaru for some reason uses screws that are made out of like silly putty, so they strip really, really easy. So make sure when you're breaking the screws loose that you put a tremendous amount of force on down them and then torque them really slowly until they break. Then unscrew them, because if you just put it in with minimal pressure and turn it, it'll just rip them apart. Just something I learned in the past. Hope it helps somebody out there. Alright, so this should come off now. Fortunately, I don't have a camera holder for this iPhone. Alright, as you can see, I've taken the manifold off this one and transferred over on the new one. Do not over torque the screws when you're putting them on there. This is actually a really easy mod for anybody to do too. And then all I have to do is just put these in with the Allen screws on the intercooler and connect my vacuum line, and I'm done. And then it's just adjustments from there on out. So real simple mod to do. Alright, so you can see we're all connected now. you want to use pliers to bring this up right down here, up onto the hose, and it can take a little bit of effort. Another thing is, a lot of people online were complaining about this horn not clearing this. You just have to twist this and get these letters horizontal before tightening these down, and you tighten those down with this off and then put it back on, and then you have no problems. So I got my vacuum lines reconnected. Everything looks good. All I have to do now is adjust the preload spring right here, and that'll adjust how much vents the atmosphere and how much doesn't. Let's try it out. All right, we got it running and warming up, and there's the new bypass valve. I haven't made any adjustments yet. I'll probably have to take it for a drive to figure out what adjustments I need to make. But this should give you a little idea of what the sound difference is. Hear that? Psst. Okay guys, to adjust it, you literally just turn this collar right here. You can look inside the assembly, see how it opens and closes? So that's wide open, full blow off. We're gonna try it at about 50%. All right, let's take it for a test drive. That way I'm not just pissing off my neighbor sitting here revving my engine. All right, so right now I got it set at about 50-50 blow off and bypass, so we can tune from there. I'm not planning on getting it completely dialed in today because I need to take it out on the freeway or to the track and play with it until I get it just right. Because where it's really going to have a hard time, if anywhere, is going to be the top of or going into 6th gear where it unlocks another 5 pounds of boost, and blowing that all off. If I pushing the clutch to downshift or something like that, or just to slow down, it might hesitate. So. Let's see, go ahead and back out here. I really need to get a good mount on my iPhone. As you can see, it just falls over. All right, anyways. This will be the most jumpy, dizzying video ever. Let's see, put the window down. All right, car runs fine. I wouldn't expect it not to right here. All right, so I'm in 2nd gear right now. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas so it blows off. Sounds great. No sputtering. That's good. Get into 3rd. Still sounds good. Wasn't getting any of that weird boost creep or anything, or the Zoidberg sound, the woo 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 you get if the spring's not tensioned right. So far so good. All right, let's build a little bit of boost up here. Sounds good, and it's butter smooth. The engine's not hesitating at all. That's exactly what I wanted. Wow, looks like I found a good setting right out of the box. Sounds good to me. Sorry for my foggy gauge down there. It's done that since the day I bought the car. But yeah, it sounds good. It's coming off of boost. Even though I'm venting some to atmosphere, I'm not getting the hesitation I did with the old blow-off valve. Looks like a winner to me, guys. Well, guys, that wraps it up. That's the install on the Go Fastbits hybrid blow-off valve on a 2005 WRX STI Stage 2 with Cobb access point. Tuning device. So anyways, you guys saw it. It was really easy. Anybody can do it. It took me all about 15 minutes, even with all the work under the hood. The longest part is probably going to be just fine-tuning it as I get into higher boost and find problems and hesitation, but I'll work it out. But that was pretty easy to do, even with the rain coming down, which I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it is raining here in Washington. So hope this gave you a nerdgasm. I know, hey, sometimes I step out of normal technology, but hey, automotive technology, you can nerd out over that all day long. All right, take it easy, guys.